Hey, Marc Warnke here. They call me the Goat Guy. I'm here on Ripple Ranch. Go ahead and pan around, just show people how beautiful it is right now with all the snow. So the snow just came in. We're late spring. It's March like 6th right now, and we're getting ready to start having tons of kids on the ground. And we don't have a really good barn to hold kids, especially the number of kids and kind of how our operation works. We have 15 does that are going to be kidding. We bring in kids from our breeders as well. And we raise them all in this tractor barn. Now, this side of the tractor barn I turned into a meeting space, yoga room, presentation space. We put on events for PTSD, addiction recovery, that sort of thing in that side. That's kind of my gift back to the world side. And this is the business side where we, raise babies, store tractors, do all that stuff. And this time of year, we pull everything out of here. Sorry, snow's falling off the roof. We pull everything out of the tractor barn this time of year. We clean out this space, and then we have our pens in here to hold babies. And the reason we need a fully contained one is that we have coyotes around the property. Now, our livestock guardian dogs patrol all the bottom part of the land, but they're not up here right next to the highway. We haven't figured out how to contain them in the communal area yet. So we need a closed-in space that predators can't get into, or coyotes or that sort of thing, and can protect the babies. Plus that we can keep the wind. We even have generalized heaters in there if we have really cold nights. And we have our heat lamps and our electricity and our refrigerator and all our milk operation and everything like that. All that happens in here. But I wanted to show you how we got creative the last 2 years to close it in. So these are big open bays. Each one is there's 3 big bays in the tractor barn. And for about $70 with Tyvek, we created our solution. And so we run Tyvek that we attach on the inside and run it down, and then we'll actually put sandbags on this. Now we have a fully enclosed area, and then we attach this door with its door jamb to one of the uprights, and we have a way to enter and come in. So come on in and I'll show you. So we're still in the process of this. We're putting in our heat lamps. We'll run our heat lamps out of our electricity to the center, and then we have stalls for all the babies in here. So you can see we turned the tractor barn into a really cool enclosed barn, and we're able throughout the year to actually drop and raise it in here so that we can get some ventilation in and as it warms up. But we also still kept the edge, and I feel a little bit embarrassed. We had to, if you guys remember, we built the sauna, and we pulled all those garden tools and everything and just put them there really quick so we could get on the sauna. And it's always kind of like rolling mayhem here on Ripple Ranch with all the stuff that we try to do and pack into a small period of time. And that's probably my fault. I like to do a lot of things. But here's the pen system that we have. These worked out really nicely. They're more expensive than I wanted them to be. They were $80 to $90 a panel, and they make a nice little 7x7, pin. And then we have a big 14x7 pin over there. So as we hold back our babies, they'll have a larger place. And then you can see we have more panels there. But each enclosure has a gate to enter. We're going to figure out a better latching mechanism so that becomes easy to come in and come out of. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a barrier on the bottom. Here's what I'm talking about with that, is that if in the area where you contain your babies, you can make it so that they have something that they are held back by. The nice thing about these gates, they'll open in both directions. We'll have them open out, and then we'll create like a plywood barrier that's right here. Because then what happens when I go to open this, I don't have a whole bunch of babies spill out. They all get held up by the plywood barrier, and then I only have to step over it to enter. And believe me, that's way easier than trying to push babies out with your foot as you're coming into the pen. So that's how we're going to manage it. That's how we're going to run our lights and our electricity and water. I'll show you guys when it's done. But one of the things I wanted to do is to help to present you with the possible solution. Because to put garage doors on this, to put the thresholds and everything else in today's world, it's about, I think what I paid on that side was around $3,000. So I paid $3,000. It was like $2,000, $2,200 for the big roll-up door, and then I built the frame and framed it in and did all that stuff, and that was another $1,000 in material and labor and time and energy. So it's expensive. It would cost us $6,000 to put in 3 roll-up doors, or it costs us about $100 to put up Tyvek and a door. We got this door from like a Restore, which is like where they donate old stuff, and you know, it's going to work perfect, and it's really well thought out, and it functions, and blah blah blah. So you make do with what you got, and this is another place where we made do, and I wanted to share with you how we solved the problem. So I hope you find that helpful. Remember that, you know, my expertise is in goats and in being resourceful and having creative solutions to work on your land. And that's why we founded the life-steading movement that doesn't only acknowledge land ownership and self-sustenance and feeding yourself and raising animals and having autonomy from the systems of current man, but also acknowledges that we need to be well-rounded human beings to be able to give back to the world, and we need to use our land as a way to give back to the world as well. So it's a kind of a holistic look at homesteading, and that's why we call it life-steading. So look deeper into that. We have a really cool online course that we'll be launching here shortly with all the different disciplines and expertise, and I'm really excited to share that with you. So Marc Warnke, the Goat Guy, signing out.